All right, YouTube, 16 Falconer, back with another freaking exciting video. The wife's 2013 Volkswagen Jetta trying to adjust the emergency brake cable. A week ago or so, she started getting engine lights on here and this and that, so I ran a scan on it with my OBD11 scanner, and one of the codes was brakes. It said the ECM. That's all it said, because it doesn't do a deep scan. Anyways, at the same time, the emergency brake here, you pull the lever and it would just go all the way to the top there. Just no resistance at all, nothing. There's absolutely nothing. The emergency brake is just nothing. So I went through the normal procedure for adjusting the emergency brake, which is fire the car up, hold the brakes to the ground, push in your button on your emergency brake lever and run it up and down. I got a little bit of joy out of doing that, but still, you had to be almost all the way to the top till it took. So I'm like, well, you know, there's got to be something wrong somewhere. So the other day I backed it up on ramps to look under there. I could not see anything wrong. The mistake I made was not taking the damn tires off. So what was going on here is that now the driver's side here, oh, this dust shield is pretty crappy. The emergency brake lever, whatever you want to call it, right here on the caliper, this one would sit pretty much all the way back to the mount here. The one on the passenger side, which I didn't even notice because I was looking at brake pads, brake lines, checking out the wiring and this and that. This one was sitting about vertical right here. It wasn't going back. So this brake wasn't engaging at all, which caused the emergency brake to not be able to adjust. So what I've been doing here today, I mean, I took it apart again today. I'm going through all the crap, and I'm like, what the hell is going on with this freaking car? So I was just about getting ready to bring it to a shop that has a deep scanner, you know, a regular VAGCOM scanner, to see what what the deal was. So I threw the tire on this side, and this rotor here was locked up after adjusting the emergency brake. The one on the passenger side wasn't. I went to put the tire on and just spun. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I took it off, and then I noticed these freaking things here were off. So the past like 3 hours, I pulled, you have a boot on here that goes over here. I pulled the boots off, and I've just been shooting WD-40 in there, and then pulling the freaking emergency brake lever all the way up in the car. This one here on the passenger side, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera or not, but these cables have a plastic sheathing around them. The plastic sheathing is gone off of this one. So this cable is going to have to get changed out at some point in time. But right now I got it working, you know, just shooting a WD-40 in there, pulling the emergency brake cable up. I took the hammer and I would just tap the emergency brake arm back to the stop down there, and I biff it, you know, just tap it back there. Then shoot the WD-40 down there. Then I pull the emergency brake up to let that go in, and then tap on the lines there. Let it sit for a little bit, chop some wood, whatever, drink some beer, release it, tap it back. I did that several times before I tried actually readjusting the brake with the car running. So just a few minutes ago, I fired the car up and I did the actual emergency brake adjustment procedure, which is holding the brake pedal down and pulling your emergency brake lever up. And now she's, see, I just put them back brakes on there in October. I did the rotors, pads, you know, it was a big pain in the ass. So now when you pull the emergency brake up, I mean, like a typical Volkswagen, you get like 2 freaking clicks. So it's all adjusted right. So if you have a problem adjusting your emergency brake, check out to make sure your cables aren't froze up.